All right, so I'm on week 2, starting tomorrow. It is March 24th, almost said May, March 24th, Sunday. Yesterday was my cheat day, still doing the keto proportion or percentage, sticking to 10% carbohydrates, 20% proteins, and 70% fats. And I learned the hard way. I suffer from a lot of health issues. That there's some fats that you can't have. uh, Unfortunately, I'm lactose intolerant, and dairy in general causes a horrible bout of inflammation. Pork sausage links also cause really bad inflammation. I've been trying to find alternative sources and customize my dietary needs throughout the day, from increasing my fats with like avocado, looking at the fibers, and unfortunately, because I'm doing it that way, their fibers are carbohydrates, so that really leaves no room for other stuff for me. But I think I've been doing pretty good. Cheat day was yesterday, keeping that percentage the same for keto. When I say cheat day, I had a high interval training session. Awesome. I ended up customizing it for a coworker that for the first time was going to do the circuit form with me. I think she enjoyed it. I hope. She was sore today. Today, did not go to gym. Gave myself a 24-hour recovery, which is very important when you end up having high interval training. High interval training. Let's talk about that. You hear it as like just like in the next fad diet. High interval exercises training. HIIE, HIIT. Everyone likes to acronym it as HIT because it sounds really cool. But the idea is people that actually do aerobic exercises more often per week versus someone that does HIT 3 times a week versus a aerobic exercise for 4 times a week. We'll actually see more fat loss results by, let's see, can't remember what the statistics were. Let's see here. Body fat percentage for aerobics that were people that were exercising for the same amount of time for one extra day per week would end up losing like a 0.5% of body fat. And people that do a HIIT exercise will actually lose about 3% body fat. I do believe by a 12-week time frame. This program was put on for studies, and the people that did perform HIIT programs versus every day like aerobic, anaerobic, so forth, it was all, or not anaerobic, but HIIT is a alternative cardiovascular exercise, but it also increases your bone density and muscle mass. So your body fat percentage is actually lower, even though you might notice your body weight might stay the same, which is really, really awesome when people are thinking about overall health. Bone density, your nutrients that you're eating and so forth needs to stay in your body. People that are doing more aerobic throughout the week will end up having more long-term injuries and tearing, ripping, so forth, breaking down of the muscle tissue. So if you really think about it, you hear some bad things about CrossFit, people injuring themselves, and CrossFit people, I'm not saying that it's good or bad, or for the CrossFit people, it's good or bad. It's just you got to know that when you do CrossFit, it is an idea of doing high intense training with a limited but given resting recovery period, and then you should give yourself 24 hours in between each workout day for a full-on recovery. Keep yourself hydrated, eating the right foods combined. So I'm a big believer in more of the CrossFit, high interval exercises. but most people have a misconception on how it should be done. And don't just go to the gym thinking like, oh, I'm just going to start screaming and throwing some weights, hawk smash. Make sure you discuss this with someone that is trained, certified, or has been doing this long enough to be able to tell you the right ways of doing it and the wrong ways of doing it. And also, it's very important to communicate with your doctor. If you're not taking care of your health by communicating with your healthcare provider, or if you have issues with certain medications you're on and so forth, or you need a stress test, please do it. So with that said, for me, I am week 2 and did my cheat days, did my high interval training. Today was actually a real cheat day for me, because when I say cheat day for yesterday, I kept my percentages, but I ate more calories than my output for exercises was. That was what a cheat day to me was. Today was an actual real cheat day where I had stuff that I probably shouldn't have. Dairy, a lot of sugars, and boy, you know what? I felt like everything inside me was dancing. Every little cell in my body was just pumping away, having a rave. And of course, my brain did crash. I don't know if it was the weather change, but I overall just felt like, oh man, was that really worth it? I don't think so. I don't think, well, I can really go back to a lifestyle that eating things that my body disagrees with, because this has been a good journey for me. Trying to hone in on what I can and cannot eat. I know that I have allergies. I know I have high blood pressure. I know that I have arthritis and inflammation and other autoimmune issues. That I was just kind of maybe in denial, and this has really been a awesome eye opener for me. And I'm hoping that most people won't actually just look at photos or look at the befores and afters to people and just kind of thinking, oh, it's just so easy. No, we all have different backgrounds, different stories, different health problems that we have to overcome. And you know what? Once you're kind to yourself, it's not hard. But getting to this, physique-wise is another story. And I'm not really going to sacrifice my overall health to have an image that is supposed to be like cookie cutter perfect. I did sign up for the competition, but this is my own journey, and I'm going to put myself through it the best that I can do for myself, my health, and I'm hoping that would be inspiration enough to let others know that it is okay to at least try. It is okay to do the best that you can, and know that you're going to be all right. It's all mental. So I have learned a lot along my journey so far. I have learned that to take control of my own home life, to take control of my work life, to take control of not overexerting myself for others. Let's say like for work, I've learned like, okay, I need to still perform in my career. I don't want to be too lethargic. I don't want to be tired. I don't want to have mood swings. I don't want to be ornery. I gotta space out my time. Gotta make sure that I designate times to eat. I do not like calorie counting, but I do it for the sake of making sure that I'm eating enough. There's a big difference. I have to keep the idea of my basal metabolic rate, just my general maintenance, versus the time that I'm on my feet, the time that I'm exerting myself, the time that I am actually exercising. And I keep that all in mind. And sometimes by the end of the night, I'm too tired to really cook or eat, but I'm looking at my actual log of what I've consumed versus what I have done, and I'm just like, this isn't healthy. So I make myself get up and make myself a fourth meal. It's like the hobbits, you know. It's like, what about second breakfast? What about third breakfast? Second lunch, third dinner. But you got to make sure that you eat. You can't have a liquid diet. You can't have a diet without even having fiber in it. You can't have an empty calorie diet. You have to make sure also that you're getting your vitamins, getting your supplements. As much as it might pain you to get started, your body will thank you in the long run. So, hopefully, again, this wasn't too painful for anyone to watch, and hopefully someone actually sat through the whole thing. Thank you.